What's up, gang, and welcome back to another edition of Road Trippin with the Rudes.
Hi, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Rudes Real Review of Loki, Episode 3.
Yeah.
Lamentus. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much for checking us out. Please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like this video. If you've been rocking with us all along, join the conversation. We love digging into things and theories and concepts with all of you, so please be sure to do so.
That's right.
Episode 3, Lamentus.
Yeah, go ahead.
As I like to call it, nurture versus nature, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Before we get started in episode 3, okay, I need to apologize because I was low-key hating on Loki episode 2. I will say this. Very much so like WandaVision episode 1 and 2 running together. It would have been a benefit to have episode 2 and 3 back to back. Q Drake. Like,
why? They knew you was going to come back for 3 anyway. They didn't care.
We watched 3 and then I went back to 2 and it helped make more sense. All right, so that I'll just start off by saying again.
Yeah.
Lo siento mucho.
I know, you can go back, check out episode 2 if you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I called her out. I said, hey, man, you tripping. Episode 2 is fire.
I wouldn't say all that, but I would
fire.
Say I would say I have a newfound appreciation for it.
She set the time bombs. That was a Thanos level event she just created.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I will say this. I love the fact that the songs kind of, the intro songs tie into things. So this intro was Something in the Water. Mm-hmm. And it starts off where you see Hunter C20. Mm-hmm. Who still in my mind is Jessica from Utopia. Please, I'm sorry. But Hunter C20 is at a table with Lady Loki.
Yep.
And they're busting it up.
In a bar.
Yeah. Sipping on margaritas. Mm-hmm. Outside is open, ladies and gentlemen. Outside is definitely open. So I thought that was interesting because she does the talk about the brain freeze while they're playing Something in the Water and then time lapses and, so basically it's Lady Loki playing.
Yeah, trying to get
mind.
Information.
Yeah. What did you think?
I thought that was dope.
Man.
Because, at the end, or was that at the end of episode 2, she was saying, it's real. Yes. You know what I mean? And she gave up the information.
Yes.
But at that time, we didn't know what she was talking about.
Right. So
I kind of did, though.
What she's talking about is her former life was real. This was giving me all types of Handmaid's Tale feels.
Okay.
From the standpoint of, we did not know until this episode, guys, full on spoilers, we are discussing everything. We did not know until this episode where the TVA came from.
If
right?
you listen to Miss Menace back there, they were all created by the
timekeepers. They were all created by the timekeepers. So to know that she had a former human life, and Lady Loki tells Loki that she had to dig deep to pull it out, it makes me wonder if we're going to see my father is on the board of Goldman Sachs guy from episode 1.
Nah, they erased him.
Did they erase? Oh yeah, because of his ticket. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if we'll get to see someone transition from, being a variant to a TVA employee at some capacity.
Maybe it'll be Mobius.
Well, this is what I was thinking. Same thoughts. And guys, I couldn't wait to talk about this. We don't talk about it with each other. We wait until you're here. So I was thinking on episode 2, Mobius with the jet skis. Mm-hmm. Right? And Mobius looks like a surfer. So maybe the jet ski ties into his former life.
Yeah.
And he's connected to it subconsciously. Right?
Yeah.
I'm totally here for that bombshell, that while they're trying to track down the Lokis, right? The most variants that they've captured and killed and what have you, that Agent Mobius finds out his true self.
Which turns to me means that Loki is the greatest threat to the TVA. That's why they keep trying to catch him. Why are they only trying to catch Lokis?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he must be getting ready to blow that TVA up because why are they hunting him the most? You know what I mean?
Yep. Lady Loki arrives at TVA and realizes her magic doesn't work.
Right. So that tells you right there that was her first time in the TVA.
That was her first time.
At first, when she first got there, I was like, oh, she must have been here the whole time.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Until she tried to use her magic. And then I was like, okay, this is her first time here too.
It was her first time. She was getting her bearings. And
it was based off the information she got out of the Hunter.
Yes, Hunter C-20.
Hunter
C-20.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is that Loki calls himself saving them by using the temp pad. And boom.
Loki chases her down though first.
Yes.
He's trying to chase her down. She roughs. So I wanted to say this to you while it was going on, but I like the way that they showed that she was still a formidable person to go against even without the magic.
Right. So, I don't need magic. I'll still beat you up.
Yeah. Yup. So I like that part of it. Is that room where she was headed to? Is that where the timekeepers are? Are they in that room? Or is that going to expose something that's behind those doors?
Hunter C-20, and this is, Hunter B-15 says it. She's one of our best. So if there's someone that would know where the timekeepers are, I would say Hunter C-20 would.
Okay.
But, I guess we'll see, right?
Right. Is Hunter C-20 more than what we think she is? Because, some people would argue that's above her pay grade, right? Why would she know that?
So here's the thing, though. For Hunter C-20 to be in the TVA, she did something that upset the timeline.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you've got to be, except for the Goldman Sachs guy, I don't understand, but, who upsets timelines? People like Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. So she has to have some level of, at least I think, some level of power, smarts, all of these things to have even gotten on their radar.
Yeah.
Why did they pick her, I guess is the question.
Okay.
What decade did they pick her in?
Right.
Because clearly we are still very 70s in the TVA, appearance-wise. Mm-hmm. Were her and Lady Loki at a bar in the 70s? It didn't give me the 70s feel. No. It very much gave me present day.
Yeah.
Present day for us, meaning 2012 Loki.
Meaning as we're watching it, yeah.
Meaning 2012 Loki, right?
Well, it doesn't even matter what year. You don't even know. He ain't even 20. He is 2012 Loki, but that doesn't mean he's in 2012 because now time is different, right? And they caught him up on all everything that we're caught up on. So he's up to speed where we're up to speed as well. So
right now Loki is in 2077 because he padded them into Lamentus 1.
Well, hold on now. You jumping a little bit, but you got to remember now they in that hallway and Loki and Lady Loki are going at it. He wants to team up with her. She doesn't want nothing to do with it, right? Then Ravonna comes through. Remember, because she gets an alert that the timeline is going haywire. So she comes through with her little eraser stick ready to get busy.
Guys, it is not called an eraser stick.
That's what I'm calling it.
Comment down below if you know what it's called.
With her little eraser stick. And, was about to take them both out for real. She didn't care. She was like, Lady Loki was like, stay right there or I'll cut his throat. She was like, do what you got to do.
Right.
Because I'm about to take both of y'all out.
Right. That's true. That's true.
And then Loki hits.
Which lets us know that Ramona, too, is about that life.
Right.
Remind you of anyone?
Who?
She was giving me Judge Mathis vibes. You know how, like, if you ever watched, come on now, we were all quarantining, right? If you ever watched an episode of Judge Mathis, it's like, you know that he knows the law. You know that he's a judge. But you also know he's
in them streets.
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what I thought.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
And it was, I think it was important, though, for Loki to see Ramona be dismissive, because I think Mobius has inflated Loki's ego.
He's too coddling.
And Ramona, it got real. Like, no, I don't care about you. You're just another Loki variant. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was great.
Yeah. And then he hits the temp pad and sends them to an apocalypse that they weren't pretty ready for.
No.
Yeah.
Lady Loki is like, this is like the worst place. And then I thought
No one survives. Lamentus won.
Right. And Loki says, you lack vision.
Right.
Which was giving me like a nod to WandaVision.
Oh,
the way he said it.
I don't think so. I got something. We're gonna get through it, but we'll come back to that. I got something on, I think, why he said that. But go ahead.
Okay. So
now she tried to make him disappear. She tried to teleport him back to wherever.
Right.
Through the temp pad, but the battery was
no power. And even though she's running from him, they're kind of like,
they're trying to out Loki each other is what they're doing, which is great to see. I love to see it.
But he still opens the door for her. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed that. And she corrects him and says, I'm not Loki. My name is Sylvie. Mm-hmm. Right? Loki is long gone.
Yeah.
And by the end of the episode, he calls her Sylvie.
Yeah.
So he recognizes her as her own being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I thought this was a great episode, because they had those in-depth conversations.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're kind of going through their history with each other, right? They're trying to figure each other out.
Yes.
They know they have the same temperament, right?
Yes.
They both have sarcasm.
Yes.
100, which is hilarious to see them go back and forth, right?
Yes.
So, with that being said, when they were on the train, they're trying to get this power source, right? So before they get to the train, Loki sees a light and he's like, oh yeah, that could be it right there, right? And then she's like, oh, all right, let me see if it has the right connector on it. Give me the temp pad. And he's like, oh, nah.
Right.
So she was like, don't correct me. Don't try to tell me where the power is and you don't even know what we're looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was just funny how they tried to play each other.
Lamentus 1 in 2077 is a moon.
Yeah, it's a planet that's getting ready to crash into a moon.
Right. There's a meteor shower, and you need a golden ticket, right, to get on this train so that you could get to the Ark. Right? So there's a quick scene where they try to pretend to be someone's husband, and she's like, he would never be that kind.
Yeah, that was good too.
Yes, you see this massive evacuation, and you see only the rich getting on the train.
Yeah.
They Loki their way onto the train, obviously. And
again, right? So they both tried to do it their way with the lady in the house. Her way didn't work. She got blasted. Loki tried to do it his way. He got blasted, right? So that didn't work. Then they try to go get on the train. Loki wants to do it his way. His way was working until it started to fail, right? And then she helped him out by enchanting the other guard. Yes. So I liked how they used their powers together.
To help each other.
And she told him, he asked her, well, how'd you learn how to do that? Because he can't do that, right? So I like that too. Like, each Loki has different powers that the other ones may or may not have.
This is where I was going to say, this episode to me is nurture versus nature. Mm-hmm. We have 2012 Loki, as menacing as he is, he still has the love of his mother who taught him magic.
Yeah.
Right? So his mother taught him magic. Mm-hmm. it hits a little different than when you have to learn magic via situations to get yourself out of.
Yourself.
Right? Mm-hmm. So there is that nurture versus nature. I think we know how he felt 2012 Loki about Odin and Thor. He still very much so had a soft spot for his mom. And so I say that to say, as bad as Loki is, 2012 Loki, we're seeing a deeper use of magic. We're seeing a deeper energy from Sylvie.
Right. And it was crazy because when she told him that she taught herself that, that perked his ears up, which I think in his mind, if she could learn it, I can learn it. You know what I mean? That's how Loki is.
You'd have to be in certain situations, well, I think.
Right. And that was the other thing they talked about. He was like, well, when did you find out you were adopted? She was like, I always knew.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Versus him learning as an adult.
Yes, I always knew. And it was funny because they had the conversation about love and, have you ever been in love? Were there any, queens, kings? And, and Loki's like a little bit of both, but, nothing serious. And she agreed. I do believe that this might be the first bisexual character in the MCU.
No.
For the MCU, not for the comic book, but for the MCU.
I thought Valkyrie was.
In the comics?
No. In Thor Ragnarok.
What part? I think you're mixing the comics up.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll have to watch it. I will say this. I know what it means to see representation for myself. So I thought that was big. And I love the fact that they didn't make it big. It was just like, hey, this is a part of who I am. Mm-hmm. Kind of like when Blackish first aired, everyone called us and was like, hey, you guys are on TV. Right? And we made that connection. So I appreciated that. I appreciated the fact that although they had a lot of different experiences, a Loki's gonna Loki. So they still kind of perceive things the same way.
Mm-hmm. I think, like, she wants to fight her way out of it, right? Because remember when they got in that bunker, she was like, well, what is there to do now other than fight? You know what I mean?
And he's like, and he wants to slow down.
Yeah, he wants to be more witty about it.
So here's my question. Because the chemistry was crazy. Can a Loki fall in love with a Loki?
Yo, so I was thinking that. And the crazy thing is, Loki's the character that could do it. That could fall in love with himself. You know what I mean?
Right. So, and I'm like, I don't know, like, what?
I was thinking about that while I'm watching it. I'm like, what are the rules?
Yes, their chemistry is great.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
There is no rule.
Remove myself from the TVA timeline, right?
Okay.
I'm wearing, shout out to Black Mermaids, I'm wearing the shirt Not This Lifetime. I'm like, wait, where is she in the timeline? And can her and Loki, like, talk about a power couple?
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Now that would be crazy.
The LNS collab, I would definitely be here for.
So now after they had that conversation, they start. So, let me rewind.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, because
guys. Sorry.
Now it comes back to him singing, and he's drunk.
Well, beforehand, did you see anything beforehand when he had his first drink?
Mm-mm.
He threw down the glass. So that was a nod to Thor.
Oh yeah.
When Thor was at the diner.
I thought you meant when he was sitting at the table when he first
sipped
those drinks.
No. Okay, when he was at the bar and he threw down the glass and was like, "I'll have another."
Well, that was, I think, him testing her because he's singing in Asgardian. So did she understand what he was, doing? That's one. But when I was looking at it, while he was singing and having his fun, you seen that man slip out, right? I was thinking the whole time it was Loki playing a trick, like trying to get away from her.
Oh no, I definitely knew it was. Can I speak to your manager?
Okay, yeah, no, I was like, okay, so he's projecting this scene, and he slipped out as that dude. That's what I thought was happening.
Lokis are having too much fun. Let me speak to your manager.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Loki's minding their business. Yeah. I don't know if this follows the guidelines.
Yeah. And
we know. We all know, guys.
Yeah. Went and told on them.
Right.
And then they came back and had the, fight, and then Loki gets thrown off the train. Lady Loki, or Sylvie, she jumps off the train after him. Mm-hmm. And come to find out, getting thrown off the train broke the temp pad.
I know.
So now Sylvie's like, now we're stuck. Right? Loki doesn't seem too worried, does he?
He never seems worried.
Here's my thing. So this is what I wanted to come back to when you was talking about him saying...
Vision. You lack vision.
Yeah, you lack vision. He stole the time stone out of that drawer when he was in the drawer. Yes. Can he rewind time there and start it over?
But then would there have been other...
I mean, even that scene, like when they were running through all the chaos, one take, one cut, you know what I mean? One camera scene, that was dope.
And that's why he was probably able to drink at the bar. He had that plan, that backup plan.
Maybe. I'm just saying. And then he caught the building. It just reminded me of that Doctor Strange scene.
It was very good. Now, I will say the action in this stepped it up. And so Loki was to premiere first. Right? Or was it was Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and then Loki? Mm-hmm. All right, so it was just WandaVision and Falcon that switched up. Mm-hmm. Because
which Falcon would have been great coming off of Endgame.
Yes. I say that to say Loki is a good combination of both the mindfulness and the action.
Well, they're getting you prepared for cosmic beings. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of stuff is going to be taking place in space these next few phases in the MCU.
And I will say, there was no end credit scene. Watch the credits. Because, like, when they do those scenes, I saw the Hunter and Analysis poster on the TVA.
Okay. There's always little things in those notes. You got to go back and really look at.
Projector 35. Like, there was so much going on. Like, Projector 35 was running. So, when I saw the Projector 35, I thought of WALL-E. You know how WALL-E, when they're on the spaceship and they're just on autopilot? Mm-hmm. Right? They're seeing ads. They're sitting still. They're not doing much.
Yeah.
Even though the hunters and the analysts are performing a task, they very much are on autopilot. Which is why Hunter C20 said, in shock, like shook, it's real. It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Because she's now coming to.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Westview community in WandaVision. Mm-hmm. So, when I think of that, and you think it has to be a strong Nexus being. Mm-hmm.
Nexus being is just a being that is the same person in any timeline, in any realm.
Okay, what would Kane the Conqueror be considered?
He's just a time traveler.
So what is...
He came back from the future.
Okay, what is the Ancient One considered?
Ooh...
Because to me, Wanda was able to put Westview under this kind of trance and have them perform these tasks. Imagine if you had 3 beings doing that. They would not only be able to control the body of the TVA, they'd be able to control a whole heck of a lot more.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Comment down below.
The Ancient One... Well, she's not, if we're going by it being in 2012 Loki, she's not dead yet. But,
no.
Like I said, we can go anywhere in time now.
So here's my thing. And comment down below, join the conversation. We've been talking about this. Who are the timekeepers? Who are the 3 timekeepers? Mm-hmm. One does look like Kane the Conqueror. And it makes sense because his love interest
Is the judge Ravonna?
Ravonna is the judge.
Ravonna Renslayer.
The first time that I remember somebody explaining the splits in the timeline was the Ancient One.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a deep understanding of it.
She definitely did. You could be right. She could be one of them.
And the statues don't have hair. She doesn't have hair. I don't know. I will say this. I was worried. I'm like, I don't know where this is going.
Yo, that's the thing. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Corey's mad.
Nah, of course. Some people are going to feel that way because now it's not cut and dry. We're really getting real comic booky now. You know what I'm saying?
There are levels, volumes. There are volumes to this.
Yeah, so it's not as cut and dry as Crisis on Earth.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Crisis on Earth. We're gonna assemble a team. It totally
makes sense why Falcon and Winter Soldier was first.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was the gateway series.
Yeah.
Right? It makes sense.
And then you got the Eternals coming. That is going to explain a lot. That's going to get you... That's going to be your comic book... I mean, your galactic, cosmic guidelines will probably all be set in the Eternals.
Let me just say this, MCU. I know that we're in a new phase. And I know that we are going to see a ton of new beings in this universe. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I have the heart space for it.
No, you do.
I'm sorry.
They made us care about Guardians of the Galaxy.
My heart still beats for Tony.
Let's keep it funky. Nobody cared about the Guardians.
I can make a little room for Morgan. I did not care about the Guardians.
They made you.
Shout out to the soundtrack.
They made you.
If you missed any of Corey's Clubhouse mixes, he is putting them onto our Spotify. Be sure to check that out. Follow us on social media. Our Instagram at Road Trippin with the Rudes, and he'll keep you in the know with his Clubhouse mixes. But I'm in that space where I don't know if I'm ready to let go of the crew.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You know, the Fab Five. Like, I don't know.
Well, that was not to bring it down, but that was the sad thing about Chadwick, right? We knew, and it still could be, but it was going to be Chadwick, but Black Panther was
the only one that was going to remain.
Well, and Thor. You got Thor still, but I'm just saying Black Panther was going to head up everything from here on out. Mm-hmm. He was going to be the man. He was going to be the new Tony Stark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see what direction it goes in now.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, Loki's getting me ready, man. I'm ready for the
You're excited.
Stuff. Yeah.
Comment down below if you were like day one excited like Corey or if you were apprehensive like me. If
the storytelling is unmatched right now. I'm serious.
Listen, guys, I was having a hard time. Yeah. Episode 2, I was struggling.
The storytelling is unmatched.
If you had a good time watching this with us, if you enjoyed it and have not done so already, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like this video. Share it with some friends.
Yeah.
If you too watched Luca over the weekend, be sure to check out our review of that, where, again, we may agree to disagree, but it's all good.
It's all good.
So, guys, you know what? Can't wait until Wednesday.
Can't wait.
Anything else, man?
No, I think we kind of got it. Just be on the lookout. Loki got that time stone. He probably going to use that
Corey said it first. Corey definitely said it first.
He going to use that thing.
All right, guys. Well, until the next time.
Keep tripping.
Bye, guys.